All right. Well, hi everyone. Like I said, this is super, super casual. I'm going to be sharing my screen, but if at any point, just feel free to shout out, questions, stop me if I'm going too fast. I'll tell you just exactly the same thing I tell the kids. Just, let me know this is for you. So, yeah, let me know if I need to slow down or if you want me to repeat anything at all. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get started and uh, screen share. I don't know why screen sharing is always like just a little tiny bit stressful. And also just like, excuse me, I don't if I have to kind of jump in and out of things because I just realized I don't have another staff member here, so I might have to pause every now and then to let somebody into the Zoom if 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 people join and I'm in the middle of this thing. So okay. Anyway, I'll just go ahead and start. Okay. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm Jenny Lyons. I'm the College and Career Navigator at Magruder High School. It's my job to help the kids, give them the tools that they need and the guidance to hopefully get where they get from where they are now to where they want to be next year. So what I want to share this evening is this is the 15th time that I've done this presentation. There were 14 senior English classes. So by the time I finished, I was definitely tripping over my words. So again, please forgive me if I lose my train of thought a little bit here and there. But I'm going to start at the very beginning. This presentation is to show you how to make the accounts that um, students need to make in order to be eligible for state and federal need-based financial aid. So um, the first thing I wanted is I want to show you how to get to the presentation. So that way, when you'll be doing it yourself, you can actually access the links and the instructions another time. All right, so everybody can get to the Magruder High School website. That's the easiest place to start. And then if you click right here where it says college career, that takes you to my website. Um, then you want to scroll just a little bit until you see the graphic that says FAFSA MDCAPS right here. And that's it. That's where you find it. So it's in a couple of other places, but that's the absolute quickest, easiest way to do it. So if you tap on that, then it'll take you to the presentation. So to begin, FAFSA stands for Free Application for Federal Student Aid. The FAFSA is the only way that students can access and become eligible for potentially um, the millions of dollars, no joke, that is distributed every year through the federal government. There are so many programs that are available to help students get money, whether it's grants, scholarships, loans. The FAFSA is incredibly, incredibly important. It is at its core how need-based financial aid is distributed, meaning based on students' household income. However, even for high-income families or families that don't think they're going to qualify for need-based aid, it's still necessary for their student to file a FAFSA. There are many, many schools that will not even um, award merit aid, which is aid based on grades, without having a FAFSA on file. So this is extremely important. Also, again, even if you're not going to use any financial aid, for your bachelor's degree, remember, it's a lot harder to find financial aid and support for advanced degrees. So save the money wherever you can. Okay, that's my FAFSA spiel. MDCAPS is the sort of the FAFSA of the state of Maryland. It I can't, what does it stand for? Maryland. Oh, there it is right in front of College Aid Processing System. So, yep, they both of these have to be completed by March 1st. You can submit them both after March 1st, but for instance, with MDCAPS, if you don't submit by March 1st, then you lose access to a lot of different scholarships and programs. I'll get more into this later, but yeah, there are scholarships and programs that you can't even apply for if you haven't submitted your MDCAPS on time. So, all right, so moving forward. So we're going to start with the MDCAPS, and yeah, so here we go. So many of our state senators and delegates have very generous scholarship programs that they offer. There are grants, there are all kinds of programs that the students can have access to and access to apply for as long as they have created their MDCAPS account on time. The MDCAPS, here's a on this slide, when you go to create your account, and this for MDCAPS, only the student has to do this. The parent doesn't have to do anything. So you will just click here and it'll take you right to the page where the student will create the account. I'm just going to use screenshots right now. So, but you can see it looks basically the same. Right. So this is the, whoops, I'm so sorry. So, this is the home page. I actually forgot it was a screenshot for a second and I tried to scroll. So sorry about that. So there are a few important points to remember about the MDCAPS system. The first and possibly the most important one is that it's a very, very, very old system. It was built in the 90s, as I understand it. And one of the consequences of it being kind of antiquated in its structure is that it doesn't work very well on non-smart devices. And so what that means is you can not do the meat and potatoes of it on a phone or um, on a tablet or on a Chromebook. So I think we have a fair number of students whose only computer is an MCPS Chromebook. So that if that is the case for you, please come and see me and or email me if whatever, let me know. I always have a Dell laptop in my office, and so we can create our account on any kind of device, but at a certain point later in the year, students will have to log back into the system to see their awards and possibly upload additional documentation to indicate which awards they want to accept, and that they will not be able to do on a smart device. So, okay. So when you're filling this out, whoops, you must enter your full name exactly as it appears on your Social Security card or whatever your government identification is. That means capitalize things correctly. If you have two first names, you need to use them both. If you have two last names, you need to use them both. If there is a hyphen anywhere in there, you have to include the hyphen. It can't be a preferred name. It has to be your full legal name. You'll enter your Social Security number or your ITIN number. If you're an undocumented student that does not have either of these things, you can enter zeros into the Social Security field. There is a separate section of the MDCAPS website for undocumented students because undocumented students are not eligible to complete the FAFSA. So If you are somebody who is in this group, please let me know so that I can help you. I'm not going to go through the that process. It's called the Maryland State One App, or MISFA. It's an acronym, but just come see me and I can help you, walk you through it. It is not open yet. I believe it's going to open October 1st. I was working on it with another student the other day, but anyway, let me know. So date of birth has to be entered just exactly in this format that you see here. So for instance, if your birthday is May 2nd, 2007, you can't write 5207. You have to write 05022007. Make sure you're using your personal email address. Again, reminder, this is the student. This is not the parent. The student must enter a personal email address. Remember, your MCPS email address disappears after graduation, and it also has like a serious high level of blockage. It it blocks everything from the outside of our system. So if you use your MCPS email address, you won't get any of the verification emails or anything at all. So got to use a personal email address. The password, it's a very picky system too. It has extremely specific requirements about what your password must contain and what it cannot contain. So just pay attention when you're creating it. It'll tell you if you're doing something wrong. It'll be okay. So then when you get to the school section, you'll find us there under C for Colonel, not M for Magruder. So that's a little funky. So just remember that. And then since we don't yet know what our graduation date is, you can go ahead and just put June 1st. It's fine. But again, adhere to that same format 06012026. And don't forget and write 2025. It's 2026. All right. And then when you're done, you'll click login or create login, and then check your email, your personal email, and you should get an email message that looks like this. You click this link and it takes you to the landing page. That's just the account verification, and that's all you have to do for MDCAPS. There is no parent contribution. It's just that's it for the next several months. So if you do happen to check your email on your phone and you tap through that link and the landing page gives you an error message, it's okay. You're getting the error message because it's a smart device, but it's okay. All right, I'm going to pause. Do we have any questions so far? All righty. All righty, folks. So we are going to move on to the FAFSA. FAFSA can be very, very intimidating. The first year that that I had to file the FAFSA for the first of my children who went to college, I lost sleep over just being so stressed out about it. It's so much easier than you think it's going to be. So the most important thing to remember is to meet this deadline. Also, I'll mention now, I'm running an incentive for students during the month of October that if you can file your FAFSA and send me the confirmation email before, up until and through Halloween, I'm giving a pizza party for students in November who have filed their FAFSA by Halloween. So I'm hoping that's an incentive. I'm excited. I got permission and this is approved by Mr. Asienza, so let's make it happen. Let's have some fun together. Okay, so FAFSA, when you're in the presentation, if you use this presentation to find it, you can just Google FAFSA and you will find it. But if you're in the presentation, you can click here and you'll come to the landing page and but again, I'm just going to use the screenshots. So you'll click, you'll see this page, you'll click get started. So just as with MDCAPS, it is extremely important that you enter the information correctly. This is it's much, much easier to go slowly and to double, triple check everything you're putting in than to have to fix it after the fact. The 26-27 FAFSA is the one for our students. The 25-26 FAFSA was the FAFSA for last year's seniors. It's for people who are in college now. The year of the FAFSA refers to the year that you are applying for aid for. I think I said that correctly. So just be very careful. The other thing is the FAFSA, the 26-27 FAFSA was supposed to open October 1st. It opened a week early. It is available. You can do it now. But you will need the account, so let's get into that. So this is how to create your FSA ID. That's for Federal Student Aid ID. Every single student who is filing a FAFSA has to have an FSA ID, and the vast majority of cases, at least one parent will also need one. If you are a parent who has an FSA ID for yourself, if you went to college recently, or for an older sibling, then you can use the same FSA ID for every FAFSA that you're connected to. And in some instances, it's both parents. In some instances, it's neither parent. So when the student begins the FAFSA, they'll go through answering a series of questions that will help them determine which or if a parent, and if so, if it's one or both parents, needs to contribute to their FAFSA. And yeah, so it helps you. It's very self-explanatory because it walks you through the process of figuring out who needs to do what. All right, so here we are. We've all created online accounts before. The FAFSA, this process goes very, very smoothly. Honestly, it's a lot easier than it used to be. It went through a major overhaul a couple of years ago and was very rough going. Very rough going. The class of 2024 it was brutal because well, reasons they didn't do a good job. But it is back up and running like clockwork. So it's doing very well. So here you just put in all of your information, make sure go slow, be careful, name, date of birth, social security number or ITIN, create your account, pay attention to, the parameters of what it requires. Do not use your MCPS email, use your personal email, and make sure you're writing down your username and your password somewhere. Write it on a piece of paper, put it in your phone, take a picture of it when you type it in, whatever. But make sure, don't want to have to change your password with this stuff. So keep it safe and keep it somewhere where you can find it. So again, very simple, very straightforward: address, phone number, and then you'll get to the communication preferences. For the required communications, definitely choose email. Do not choose postal mail. Postal mail is too slow. The communication that you get from the Office of Federal Student Aid is going to be some of the most important communication that you will get the entire time that you're in college. So choose email. You want that information in a timely manner and accurately. For optional communications, I recommend checking both of those boxes. It really is up to you. But for me, I was always very paranoid. I wanted to make sure that I was getting every single piece of information that I could from federal student aid while I was in college and while my kids were in college. So, oops. Everybody's knows what challenge questions are. Everybody knows how to select them. This is for when if you ever do have to recover your account, this is what they'll use. Make sure you're choosing questions that you will remember the answer to throughout all 4 years of college. All right. Oh, the other thing that I forgot to mention is that FAFSA is good for college and graduate school, and it's good for community college. Many trade schools take it. So it's important for everyone. It's just underlying again, it's important for everyone. All right. At the end, you'll come to this confirm and verify page. One more time, read over every bit of it slowly and carefully. make sure everything is correct. You can still go in, as you can see, to each section and make changes for any potential mistakes you might have made. The last thing you'll do is you'll have to do these two verifications. You'll have to click the verify buttons for text and email, and then just type in the codes that you get, and that's it. That's really it. Um, that's the whole gist of it. Can I answer any questions? Can I help in any way? Um, if we have any, let me share one more time. If we have any students on here who are early college, if you haven't done this already, I'm going to direct you back to my website. Right here, this here where it says click here for the class of 2026 pre-survey. This helps me out a lot. It's a very short survey that gives me information about certain things that I don't have a way of identifying students for that refer to scholarships that come through every spring. And it's easier for me, obviously, to help get, potential scholarships to the right people who potentially will qualify for them if I know who these people are. So this is a way for you to self-identify. It's entirely private. Nobody sees it but me, and all of the um questions in that section of it are totally optional, but it really does help me a lot. And the other thing that I did mention when I was in the classrooms is many of you may have already noticed that um, every college, not every college, but most colleges charge an application fee. And those fees may be anywhere from $25 to $100. If you qualify for free or reduced lunch, all of your application fees can be waived. So I strongly encourage you, if you even if you're not sure whether you qualify or not, click this link right here. It's right here. I put a little thing, little graphic on my homepage. So you go to my homepage, scroll a little bit, and just click right here. It'll take you into that system, and you can apply. It takes minutes, and it'll really it could potentially make a huge difference to you. Um, I don't know who's here and if this is something that anybody in this meeting would like to take advantage of, but I am offering, I'm taking seniors on a field trip to a massive college fair on October 15th at Springbrook High School. There should be upwards of almost 100 colleges and trade schools there that day. So, if you do come to school in the building, come get a permission slip from me in the Career Center. If not, if you hover over class pages here on my website and go to 2026, you can click on this graphic and it'll take you directly to the permission slip and the parent letter. So, yeah. All right. I think that's really genuinely all I have to say tonight. Ooh, there's chats. Let me see. Oh, thank you, Janet. You're very welcome. My pleasure. How to connect parents with student. I'm not sure. Do you want to just unmute yourself and ask your question, Miss Gush? I'm not sure um how to answer that question.
Yes, my question is like I created my account and Shresh created his account.
Oh,
So how we connect?
okay. Good
Thank
question.
you.
That's such a good question. Good. Okay, I'm so glad you said that. So the way it works is the student actually has to start the FAFSA on their own. So your student goes into once you've got your FSA IDs all ready to go, student goes in, starts the 2627 FAFSA, goes through the whole thing, and then the last thing that they have to do is the FAFSA will say, who would you like to add as a contributor? And then they will put in their parent's name and their email address, and then off goes the invitation. Parent gets an email, click the link in the email, it'll take you right to the FSA, the FAFSA website. You'll log in, you'll be connected with your child's FAFSA, and you'll be able to put in your information. That's a really good question.
And the
Okay.
other question I have is, if some college waives the application fee, so then we do not have to do anything, right? We just put the code in whichever they give you.
Sure, if you have like a special application fee waiver code from a college for any
Mm-hmm.
particular reason, then yeah, I'm sure they're going to tell you how to use it.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah, and if any of your kids are applying to Towson and you know any Towson grads, this is one particular one that I love. Um, Towson allows every alumni to, I don't know, to like vouch for or recommend um an applicant. So I use this every year. My daughter graduated from Towson, so every year we use her alumni fee waiver code for whichever recruiter student comes and asks me first. And so if you know anybody who graduated from Towson, they can waive that application fee for you. It doesn't matter about, doesn't have to have anything to do with household income. So there's a question, is there a part that we give information of the family income? And yes, in the FAFSA, yes, there is. Um, you are going to either enter the information from your 2024 tax return, or it'll connect directly to the IRS and just pull that information in automatically. So either you'll be entering it manually or it'll pull it in from you'll connect to the IRS. Okay, do you know whether schools at this fair will be reviewing material? No. At the fair I mentioned, they will not have on-the-spot admissions. It's just an opportunity for kids to speak with college reps, potentially learn about another school that they might fall in love with. You never know. I mean, I say take advantage of everything that you can. This is going to be such a huge opportunity, and I'm only taking seniors. So I'd really, really love to, have kids take as much or get as much out of it as they can. So no on the spot admissions at this one, but lots and lots and lots and lots of schools. Does the student have to invite the parent to complete the FAFSA? Yes, I think I just answered that. Did I answer that clearly? You probably typed that in before I said that, before I got to that. If parents are filing jointly, so that's the part where I said it's going to ask the student a bunch of questions. And that's part of the questions that it will ask. Because, it will say, are your parents married? Do they live together? Does one parent provide, if this, then this, if this, then this. And so if parents are married and live together, only one of them needs to do it. If parents are married but separated, then it becomes another thing. It's going to ask you a bunch of other questions, and it's going to come down to which parent provides the most financial support for the student who will provide the information for the FAFSA. So that's part of the student's portion of the FAFSA. Yeah.
For the fee waiver, regarding the free or reduced lunch meals, I applied for that, and my counselor said she'll
Mm-hmm.
uh accept it or whatever. How will I know when to use them? Do I just
So if you were approved for free and reduced lunch and you're getting it, then there's a section in the Common App that will ask you about a Common App fee waiver, and you'll check the box yes, and you'll say this is why, and then your counselor will have a little box to check. It'll be prompted to check a little box to approve that, and then that's the end of it. So you just use that fee waiver for all of your Common App schools. So if you're applying to schools that are not Common App, then there's a different way to do it. I'm not sure exactly, but come see me or go see your counselor and we'll figure it out.
okay? Thank you.
Absolutely. Okay. Um, I'm having trouble reading this. There's something covering it. Is there a part? the little emoji thing is covering up. Ms. Shreyas, can you just say your question out loud because oh, there it went. Oh, tax filing. Okay. Sorry. It was covering up part of what you typed. Yes, so that's part of what it asks. It goes, through the questions. Did you work? Did you file taxes? And da 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 da. And if a student did work and filed taxes in 2024, then they're going to say yes, and it's going to give them the opportunity to connect to the IRS, et cetera, same as the parent. If they didn't, they just say no. I didn't file taxes. It's no big deal. A lot of kids aren't working during junior year of high school, or, you know, actually that was that sophomore year of high school. So yeah, don't worry about it. The FAFSA tells you it asks all the questions that you're thinking of in your head. It's programmed to address all those questions. It's really, it's functioning really well right now. I'm really pleased.
And
Yeah.
for the students who are undocumented, how could you get a student aid from?
Can you come see me?
It's
Are
it's
are you
not for
early
me personally.
college?
Yeah, I am, but it's not for me personally. I just
Oh,
want to know
okay. Is it
how.
for somebody who isn't in the building,
No,
or?
not they don't go to Magruder. It's
Okay. Okay,
everybody
so the
who.
way it works is it's part of the MDCAPS system.
Okay.
So, um, they'll create their MDCAPS account, just like I showed you. And then I tried to do it with a student the other day and it's not open yet. So once you've created your account, you go back to the login and you log into MDCAPS, and at the very top of there's a whole list of options. And at the very top, it says MHEC One app or Maryland State One app or something. And you click that and then just start entering the information. And that's the, it's called the MISFA, the Maryland State Financial Aid Application, MSFAA. We call it MISFA. And that's what undocumented students will use instead of the FAFSA.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Will it give us an estimate of how much aid we can get? So what it gives you once you're done is it assigns you, I don't know if it's instantaneous, or I think it has to be processed first. It probably takes a few days. And it gives you a number. It's called your SAI number. It stands for Student Aid Index number. It used to be called EFC, Estimated Family Contribution, and I don't know. In my mind, that made more sense than SAI. So, but I obviously had no control over this. It is possible. Let me see if I can find it. It is possible to do an estimation of how much you think you're going to get. So let me see. I have it here somewhere on my website. Let me find it and then I'll go over where it is. Um, I think yes. Okay. So if you're on my homepage, and remember you went to the Magruder High School website, you click college career in the main menu, and then you're here. And then you just hover over money for college, don't click on it, and then go to FAFSA and MDCAPS. And then scroll until you see this right here, begin estimate of federal student aid. You can click on that. It'll take you to this this page, and they have their little disclaimer. This isn't a FAFSA, but you can start putting in information that it kind of looks like the FAFSA. And then at the end, it'll say, here's an estimate of what we think you might be eligible for. It's reasonably accurate. So that's a way to do that. And also, schools themselves, let's use Towson as an example. If um I forget what you exactly, net price calculator, that's what it is. So if on the website of every college, you can find a net price calculator, and that's another way to kind of get an estimate of what aid you might be eligible for from that school. So, you saw what I searched. I just like I put in cost of attendance and then I misspelled calculator. But it was still the first result. So you find that you can use whatever college you want. So, if you can do better than me if you type, XYZ University net price calculator, and it's probably right on their website. And then you can find it on that page and just start. And so I don't know, I find those to be very helpful in terms of planning. This is all for you. Your time, guys. Shout it out. What can I answer? Nothing? All right. All right, Janet Dean. Love it. All set. And you guys know where you know how to find me. You can schedule with me right on my website. I have that, that little link right on the homepage. It says schedule a meeting with me, call me, email me. I'm doing this for free right now. That's how much I care about your kids.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, y'all. Everybody have a wonderful evening and a wonderful week. And don't forget about the pizza party. And when your FAFSA is submitted, forward me the confirmation email. Tell me your name and your ID number, and I'll put you on the list. And if you're an early college student, I'll figure something out for you. And if you're undocumented, miss accounts. All right.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.